Place another strip on the left edge. Do the same thing again for the other aluminum leaf. Cut the fishing line that the toothpick is attached to and remove the toothpick. Using a permanent marker, mark the fishing lines in the two places where shown. Lift up the tape bundle from both sides at the same time, letting the leaves gently drop down with the taped edges facing outwards. Place the left side fishing lines into the left groove in the can lip, lining up the marks you made with the lip. Tape the line down to the side of the can, making sure the lines are straight up and down. Do the same thing for the right side fishing lines, dropping them into the right groove, lowering the line until the marks line up with the lip and tape it down. Make sure the lines hanging into the can are not crossing over each other, but are parallel to each other. Also make sure you don't put a crease or bend into the leaves, they must be flat. Squeeze the line together at the lip on both sides. Place a small piece of tape on the fishing line right below the lip. Do the same thing on the other side. The leaves must be hanging in the same position. One should not be higher or lower than the other. Place a small dab of quick-drying epoxy glue into each of the grooves on the can's lip. Then let it dry. Cut off the first fishing lines and tape, leaving the tape that's directly below the can lip. Tape the Reminders for Operators patch on the right side of the can label, opposite to the table of dose rates. Print or write the words Kearny Fallout Meter in the blank spot above the table of dose rates. The label is now ready to tape to the can. For my KFMs, I have modified the original label in a photo program so it looks a little cleaner. It still has all the important information on it. Place a small piece of clear tape at each corner of your can label. Attach the label corner at the seam edge of the can. Make sure it's straight. Wrap it tightly around the can. And tape it down. Wrap two 9-inch long pieces of clear packing tape around the outside of the label to make it more durable. Cut off an 18-inch long piece of 3/4 inch wide electrical tape. Place it on a clean, straight-edged surface. Mark the tape width in half. Using another straight edge, cut the tape width in half, so it's now 3/16 inch wide. Take a piece of the electrical tape and carefully wrap it firmly around the top edge. Do the same with the second piece of tape. Press the top edge of the tape down against the can edge using the side of a metal tool. Try fitting the lid. Remove some tape if it fits tighter than it used to when it was on its original baking powder can. Line up the upside down center of the lid with the center can mark on the pattern. Hold it down while you mark a dot at each top corner of the millimeter scale. Also, make a mark on the lid edges where the vertical line is. Scratch 2 lines into the lid edges where you marked it. Color in the lines with your marker. Place a piece of masking tape that runs straight across from each of the dots that run horizontal. Separate the points on your divider or geometry compass by 7/8 of an inch. Stick a point into the center of the lid. Scribe or draw a half circle into the lid with the scribing or drawing point, starting and ending at the tape. Cut all the way through along this line. Cut along the tape from point to point. Then remove the half circle, creating a window frame that will hold a clear plastic window. Place a piece of masking tape onto your clear window material. Separate the points on your divider by 1 1/16 inch. Place a couple small pieces of electrical tape at the center point of the masking tape. Measure 1/8 inch up from the masking tape edge and place the point of your divider or compass at this point on the electrical tape. Scribe or draw a slightly larger than a half circle into the window material, starting and ending your line at the masking tape edge. Try not to push your anchor point into the plastic window material. Remove the 2 pieces of electrical tape. Cut along the masking tape straight edge. Cut along the half circle to remove your half circle window. Try not to scratch or smudge it. Place the clear window on the underside of your lid hole. Center it so you have equal amounts of overlap around the edges. Carefully work hot glue around the edges, making about a 1/4 inch wide bead. Try to keep the glue from showing through the finished window when you're looking down from the top. Place the millimeter scale onto a piece of clear packing tape with the printed side facing the sticky side of the tape. Cut the tape off all around the scale. Apply adhesive spray onto the back of the millimeter scale. Carefully place the millimeter scale onto the top of the lid, with the top edge of the scale lined up with the bottom straight edge that you cut into the lid. The zero mark must line up with the center of the lid. Pierce a hole 7/8 inch up from the line you scratched into the lid's bottom edge. Make sure it's in the center of the lid, directly under the zero on your millimeter scale. Make the hole about 1/16 inch wide. Do not drill the hole. A piercing stretches the hole open, allowing more material to hold onto the charging rod when it's installed. Gently pull out one of the leaves and place it on the rim of the can. Paint a 1/8 inch wide white stripe along the bottom edge of the leaf using correction fluid or model paint. Do the same with the other leaf as well, and let them both dry. Cut a 3-inch long piece of 14 gauge solid core wire. Grasp it 1 1/16 inch up from the end with a needle nose pliers. Bend the wire on the left side of the pliers upwards about 75 degrees. Bend the wire on the right side of the pliers down a full 90 degrees. Grasp the wire 3/4 inches up from the other end with the needle nose pliers, and bend the wire on the left side up 90 degrees. Bend the right side down about 75 degrees. Make sure the wire lies flat when it's on its side. Cut off 1/4 inch of insulation from each end of the wire. With the lid on the can, enlarge the hole just enough to hold the wire tightly when it's inserted. Push the longest end wire into the hole, past the first bend. Turn the wire so the bare end sits about 1/8 inch above the top edges of the leaves. Bend the end up or down if needed. Pour about 1 ounce of blue indicating silica gel into the bottom of the can. That's enough to cover the bottom 1/4 inch to 3/16 inches deep. Place the lid back onto the top of the can. Measure 14 inches on a piece of 1-inch PVC pipe. Cut it off very straight so it can stand up on its end. Sand the ends if needed. Cover one end of the pipe with 4 inches of electrical tape. This will be your handle. Your KFM Fallout meter is now complete.